I'm just gonna say, I wish I looked like you driving my car, let alone a motorcycle. Come on.
Very kind of you. You look gorgeous.
No, you are gorgeous. And thank you so much, Jennifer, for your time. And I hope you enjoy your time in Mexico.
Amigos de película, los saluda Gaby Cam. Estoy muy emocionada porque finalmente después de 36 años llega a los cines la secuela de Top Gun Maverick, en donde Tom Cruise interpreta nuevamente a Pete Mitchell, uno de los mejores pilotos del mundo. Ahora Pete, mejor conocido como Maverick, tendrá la misión de entrenar a un nuevo grupo de pilotos de Top Gun para salvar al mundo, y ahí vamos a encontrarnos con nuevas caras como son la de Miles Teller, quien interpreta a Rooster, el hijo de Goose, a quien recordamos como el mejor amigo de Maverick. También nos encontramos con John Hamm, quien da vida a Cyclone, el nuevo jefe de Maverick, y por supuesto Jennifer Connelly, quien da vida a Penny Benjamin, un personaje al que habíamos escuchado en Top Gun pero nunca habíamos visto y que ahora vamos a descubrir en Top Gun Maverick. El elenco de esta cinta, encabezado por Tom Cruise, estuvo de visita en la Ciudad de México y obviamente de película estuvo ahí para conocer todos los detalles de Top Gun Maverick.
What do we have here? God, here I thought we were special.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What the hell kind of mission is this?
Mills, welcome and thank you for having me. And I would like to ask you, what does it take to be a wingman for Tom Cruise, not only on screen, but also off screen?
Well, you better know your lines. I would say that first of all. I mean, really, Tom was just such a wonderful leader on this thing, and he told me, you know, once we finished filming, he's like, Miles, if you ever need anything, give me a call, and that's been true. There's been a lot of times where I've called Tom for advice and a little bit of mentorship, and yeah, he's always been there for me. So I think what makes a good wingman is really being available, and when you say you're going to do something, do it.
You know, one question I always have, and when I found out that Rooster was Goose's son, why did he choose to actually do what his father did, despite what happened to him?
You know, I have a lot of friends whose parents, you know, whose dad was in the military, and a lot of the time it's a generational thing, and their dad was in, and there's a lot of pride and respect that people who serve have, and I think it's one of the most noble, honorable, selfless jobs that you can do. So I think for Rooster, just wanting to prove to himself that he could do it and, you know, kind of honor his father's legacy, I think means a lot to him.
Your character kind of brings a lot of spice into this game because he is kind of like the villain of the film. Do you see it that way?
More of an antagonist than a villain, but I would say yes. There needs to be something for Maverick to kind of bump up against, for there to be tension and drama, and I'm happy to be that person.
Yeah, and you're amazing at it. I couldn't think of anyone better than you. And I actually want to ask you, do you think that he might secretly admire something about Maverick that he will never say?
For sure. You know, I think that there is a tremendous amount of understanding and mutual respect among those two characters. And I think that part of that is they're both pilots, and they both know exactly what it is to go through that experience and to take, you know, not only your life, but other people's lives in your own hands and be responsible for them. And I think that's the lesson that my character teaches Tom. Like, you can do this, and you have to do this, but you have to understand it's not just you, it's the whole team.
There, you're dead. Believe me.
My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
At what point did you come to terms of, okay, I'm doing this, now I'm gonna have to actually do this?
I think the first time they put us in a jet and we had to do all of these aerobatic maneuvers, that was something that was really tough, and you do not want to do it hungover. It's the worst thing you could. I did that one time and I was like, I'll never do that again.
I'm never drinking again in my life.
Well, I'm not never drinking, I'm just never drinking and then getting in a jet.
Do you secretly wish that you could have done some stunts in this film? Yes. Really?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I have a little bit of jealousy for the younger people that got to do that. But I also, they had a lot more work to get ready for that too. They had to go through training and all of the things. It's impressive.
I also love how good she looks in a motorcycle, because that's an iconic scene from the first Top Gun. And this might be the most stupid question you're going to be asked today, but how do you manage to make a scene like that look so iconic and great, having the previous scenes in the first film?
It was one of those things that you don't think about, like, gosh, practically, how do I keep my eyes open and not cry on the back of a motorcycle with no glasses? And, you know, all those things that don't look cool that suddenly present themselves, like, oh, that's a bit of gravel in my eyes. That I'm not going to react to. So I'm glad that it had that effect, because at moments it didn't feel like that shooting it.
Were you surprised when you saw it?
Well, I mean, you know, I was also aware that it was a beautiful location. You know, we were on that road that was right on the coast, and the light was just perfect. There was a lot of chasing the perfect light, I feel, in this movie. You know, like, wait, the sun's perfect. Come on, let's go, let's shoot. So I thought if I could manage to keep my eyes open, it might look okay.
Well, you've done your own part, now, trust me.
Sure, yeah.
And I just want to ask you, do you feel like after getting this adrenaline boost in your life and in your career, do you think you might want to keep up with it?
I don't know. I think it's fun to be able to do this stuff for a movie and, you know, do it for a couple of months. And then when I'm done, I'm very chill.
Those are your pilots. Anything happens to them.
Smoke in the air! Smoke in the air!
You'll never forgive yourself.
No turning back now.
Come on! Jeez! Having any fun yet?
Recuerda que Tom Cruise, Joe Kosinski, Mónica Barbaro, Dani Ramírez, John Hamm, Miles Teller y Jennifer Connelly estuvieron de paso por Los 40 en un videochat donde las preguntas las hiciste tú. Te invito a que no te lo pierdas en las redes sociales de Los 40 México y por supuesto en www.depeliculacua40.com. Soy Gaby Cam, nos vemos la próxima.